Hi guys and welcome to Razon.com. This is Mohit Soni. What you're looking at is the Mercedes-Benz GLC 220D that was launched a couple of months ago in the Indian market, and this is the diesel that we're driving. At the same time, the GLC is brand new for the year 2023 and 24. It gets an entirely new design in the front, side, and rear, and this is not a facelift. How this because it might look like that. GLC hasn't gone under a big change, but it's an evolutionary change, not a revolutionary change. And what are those changes exactly? Well, the grille is all new, and it now connects to the headlamps. You've got a very large Mercedes logo in the front. The camera is also visible. At the same time, the LED DRLs are also brand new. The lower half of the bumper has gotten smaller. You've got a 360 camera and sensors at the front. Large bonnet looks quite nice, and that is the side profile, which looks kind of new because of the new C-pillar kink over here. It looks kind of a refreshed look that you get. At the same time, what you can also see is brand new set of alloy wheels, which look really good. So these are brand new alloy wheels that we're seeing on a Mercedes-Benz, and they are a welcome move. They are of course 18-inch as well. At the back, the new tail lamps are entirely new. Earlier there was a sort of a block pattern here, but now it's a very sleek looking light. And the overall rear profile also is a bit different, with more curves and angles on offer. Since we're at the back, we're going to step in the interior and let me show you the boot. A very large boot indeed, almost 500 liters. You've got a lockable compartment here. I think this is the first time I'm seeing that. And you've got a space saver tire and the mild hybrid battery on offer. Full toolkit including gloves, so that you don't spoil your manicure while changing the spare tire. Seats fold. You've got a hook here, and the same can be seen here as well. You've got a nice holder here to keep some stuff, and electronic tailgate which goes very high. See, that is the diesel with the AdBlue on offer. Stepping inside at the back, you've got a very nice step seat, step board, sorry, to get inside. Excellent knee room, good leg room, and under the support is also good enough. Backrest recline also seems spot on, and the AC vents are here. The charging point is there, but no separate controls for the AC, which is very surprising on the car of this size and price. 3 headrests, all adjustable. You've got an armrest with very big cup holders. The new 23-24 models have been getting much better at this. I told you this in the EQE as well. We've got sun blinds which work, didn't do their job in our hot conditions quite well. The headrest at the front is adjustable, so this is brilliant. Ambient lighting and the floating that almost floating panel here looks quite nice. Leather, really high quality, soft touch materials here. Plastic is good enough here as well, and not a bad place to be. The space is okay, could have been better, but then again, the space aspect only kicks in when you're gets even better when you get into the E variants of the GL and the sedans. Memory seats, heated seats, powered seats, but no ventilated seats on offer, surprisingly. You've got the new dashboard with the lines. So GLC, as you know, is based on the C-Class, so that's what you're getting here, which is brilliant. The AC vents also look quite nice. That is the instrument cluster, a separate screen from the screen here, and this screen of course is quite brilliant. You've got wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. This is the revised MBUX, where you can see everything put up here itself, and you can switch off the screen, display off or system off. Just clean it up. I think that didn't work quite well, and you can have a better look at the screen here. Sound system from Burmeister, I think, is an overkill for a car of this size, but I'm just welcoming it quite easily. You've got a wireless charger down there, cup holders, and you've got charger and a lot of space to keep a lot of stuff here as well. So pretty generous in terms of space. Climate control works quite well. The AC is actually quite brilliant in our conditions. And yeah, that is the glove box, which is illuminated, not chilled. And that is the IRVM full size panoramic sunroof on offer. And you've got all the heated seats and power seats on that side as well, which is welcome. But a lack of cooled seats is very surprising indeed. But at least the cold markets in India, the northern side especially, will appreciate this from time to time. And you've got ADAS features as well. So the now GLC now gets active brake assist, active lane assist, blind spot assist. Attention assist has always been there since almost 2 decades now, in one way or the other. Parking, there's a whole host of things that you can adjust here. Manual shifting, automatic filling station search, comfort, you get easy entry and exits the moment you get inside the car or leave it. Switch off the car, you know, the seats will adjust for you, so will the steering wheel. Occupant protection, this is called pre-safe basically. Back in the day they've renamed it now. And that's the dynamic select. You can choose for the ESP, steering, as well as the drive. Lights, of course, ambient lighting is on offer, which is humongous in terms of what it can offer. The color options are, the color list is huge. You've got seat kinetics, and this is slightly is like a level 1 for massage, because it will just adjust the bolsters and the under thigh support better. Yeah, I think that's what the car is all about. And wireless Apple CarPlay and Auto is a much welcome move now. It helps you, you know, connect without wires and you know, get your phone charged at the same time, and all of that becomes very brilliant. And yeah, the screen layout is welcome. The new steering wheel also looks quite nice. You got a ton of options here as well to choose from. These capacitive buttons make sure that you can choose things accordingly. I think their sensitivity has been lowered because of the complaints that people have been doing for Mercedes-Benz, and I think it feels much better than before, or maybe I'm just getting used to it. There's a separate assistance aspect here, which will tell you how the ADAS is working. And since it's Bombay, we have to keep it switched off, because that's how you stay safe. Because it will just keep on braking and warning you for every single thing, every single second. But it works quite well on the highway. Gear lever mounted on the column. The specific buttons for the wipers at the front and back. You've got paddle shifters here as well. And yeah, that's the electronic parking brake and the light button over there, light dial. And you've got this very nice carbon fiber finish here, and how this closes and opens is also quite interesting to see. Yeah, that's it. Let's get driving. Benz GLC 220D 4MATIC, and we finally put in a good amount of time with this vehicle. And what do we think of it? Well, for starters, there are certain things that I've noticed while driving that I did not tell you while I was telling you about the car on the inside and outside. Is that this has a electric steering wheel adjust, which makes things very easier and you know, much more luxurious and much more convenient, because you don't see this very often in a car which is based on the mid-level you know, luxury car segment very easily. So that is here. The second thing, of course, are the driving modes, which are you know, eco, sport, comfort, and individual. We are right now in comfort. And what is this engine like? Well, this is the same 2-liter motor making 500 Newton meters of torque, around 200 bhp of power, and this is a fantastic engine. Every single detonation in this car feels like it's, you know, very well controlled and very well done, because this engine, even in the BS6 Avatar, feels so good that, you know, this is one of the reasons why we still miss diesels, and this does not let you do that. This is a fantastically smooth engine, refined engine, all the way till the red line. And you know, there is barely any noise inside the cabin, even if you redline this diesel engine. So it is that impressive. At the same time, the fuel efficiency, of course, is also through the roof. On the highway, I'm on the Mumbai-Pune expressway right now, and I can get 16 to 17 kilometers per liter very easily. Performance, low and mid-range torque is still unchanged, which is fantastic. You get a lot of drivability on offer with this car. At the same time, top-end performance also is absolutely plentiful. 200, almost 200 horsepower, 500 newton of torque, all of that going through your 4matic. Make sure that you have a lot of grip all the time. You can have serious amounts of fun with this car while cornering, while going through the ghat section. I really enjoyed this car. That extra torque and that extra grip that you get from four-wheel drive and the diesel, this actually makes you realize that how good SUVs can be at times. This is of course still not a superly out and out SUV. It is a crossover, but the kind of capabilities that this car has is truly amazing. It does so many things right, and then it has that off-road capability as well to a very large extent. Makes it a really good car to have. One of the reasons why the SUVs do well in the luxury segment is because of this, the GLC and the way it drives. It is clearly one of the best in this segment when it comes to driving. The steering feel and feedback is so good. The body roll is bare minimum. The tires are also so good on this car. They are the Continental Eco tires, but the grip, I actually could push it at certain limits at a certain section of road, and I saw the grip is absolutely amazing. And it doesn't skid around or do anything like that. Despite this car has around 5,000, 6,000 kilometers, the tires are still holding up despite this car has been heavily used. So that goes to the fact that the tires are also quite fantastic. The engine is good, the refinement is good, the handling is good enough, the steering feel and feedback is great. The other big point on the GLC is the fact that the way it rides, it is supremely comfortable. The suspension setup is so good for our Indian roads that it borderline feels sportier than how a sportier car should feel, but it's not out and out sporty, but it's got the ride quality of a much bigger car. The way this car rides over everything is just amazing. Yes, you've been hearing that from a lot of people. You will hear that while talking about luxury cars, but this is a step ahead. This is clearly very good when it comes to ride quality. Absolutely brilliant in the way it has been tuned for our roads. Any sort of undulation, any sort of bad road, and this just feels fantastic in every single way. And with the added ground clearance that you get, it just makes driving stress free in any part of the country. And I think that is also noteworthy and praiseworthy for your next purchase. So yes, the driving modes work, the engine works, the refinement is fantastic, handling is good, ride quality is good, obviously stability is also spot on, the brakes are also good, the tires are also good, but overall it's still not as out and out sporty as certain cars in this segment are. But this comes so close that we are absolutely really impressed with this vehicle by a huge margin. And spending time with this car has been totally great. I've done some extra trips with this car is all I can say, because I just can't stop driving this car. It is that good. But coming to my verdict on the GLC totally together, right now of course I have not driven the petrol yet, but after driving the diesel, what comes to my mind is that this is a fantastic car, but at the same time the pricing is a little bit higher, even by segment standards, and that is something will sort of make you stop and realize whether it's worth it or not. But I can tell you, after a long test drive, even if you take a test drive, you'll realize that this car is absolutely everything you need in a car in our country. The size, the practicality, the refinement, the performance, all of this comes together quite well, but at a price, and that price is slightly higher than what we think it should have been in the first place. But then again, there are certain benefits that a lot of people can get from time to time, and for them this will become the default choice by a good margin, because the competition is the BMW X3, the Audi Q5, the Volvo XC60. The BMW is the only car with a diesel engine that can come compete head on head, at least with this variant that we're driving right now. The Q5 and the XC60 are petrol. The XC60 one day will become all electric, and there is the Jaguar F-Pace, there is the Discovery Sport and the Evoque, but I think this is something that you should look forward to. for sure. Mercedes has come a long way in how they're doing their cars, especially when it comes to driving. Everything else, of course, has been incremental changes. Have made sure that it is now really, really good, and of course, it stands out as well. That's it. That's what our review is of the GLC 220D. We'll try and get the petrol for you as well. And that is it. Thank you so much for watching. Follow us on our website and social media for everyday updates. Until then, goodbye.